For parts 2 and 3, the easiest thing to do is to draw a picture before you begin. So here's my x and y axis, and I look at 150 degrees, so that's here in quadrant 2, and then I need to go -2. Extend my line. So here's my point. So now we need to look at how else can I get to this point besides going to 150 and back 2. Well, you know that 150 to the x-axis is 30 degrees. So over here is also 30 degrees. And it's -30 degrees since I'm going clockwise now. So I could go out 2 rings on -30 degrees. Or 150 was here. What if we went clockwise to 150? What would this blue angle be? Well, if we are going the opposite way, 150 minus 360 gives us -210. So I could, still going back 2 because we're on the 150 line, and go -210 degrees. Now I have one more to find. In order to find that, our green here was -30. So what if I went around the circle counterclockwise? Well, 360 minus 30 gives us 330. Again, number 11. We're going to draw the picture. It's -60 degrees. -60. And we'll go out 5. So here's our point. Now we got to figure out how else to get to this point. Well, since this went clockwise to -60, what if we went counterclockwise? So 360 minus 60 gives us 300. So 300 degrees. Now we need to deal with our negatives. So I'm going to extend my line back to the other side. And we need to figure out what this angle is. Blue one right here. If I'm at 60 here, got 90 plus 30. The opposite over here is 120. So it could go backwards from 120 degrees. So if I went backwards from 120 degrees, if I go clockwise around the circle, 120 minus 360 would give us -240 degrees. For radian measures, we're going to do the similar thing. I'm going to draw axis. I'm going to plot my point. So pi over 5 is here in the first quadrant. There's my point. And that one went counterclockwise. So to find my next one, I want to go clockwise around the circle to the same point, which means that I'm going to do pi over 5 minus 2 pi to find the other half of my circle. We're still going to go positive 4, and 1/5 minus 2 is negative 9 pi over 5. Now I'm extending my line back. If this was pi over 5, pi plus pi over 5 gets me 6 pi over 5. So I could go backwards at 6 pi over 5. And that's this angle here. Now we have to figure out the opposite angle from there, the negative angle. So negative 4 and the negative angle. In order to figure that out, we're going to take 6 pi over 5 minus 2 pi, we get negative 4 pi over 5. Last one. I'm drawing my x and y axis. Two pi over 3. The numerator is 1 less than the denominator, so it is in quadrant 2. But I'm going backwards from 2 pi over 3. So here's my point. So if my original went 2 pi over 3 in a counterclockwise direction, I want to know how to get to 2 pi over 3 in a clockwise direction, so I'm going to subtract 2 pi. And 2/3 minus 2 is negative 4 pi over 3. Now I want to figure out how to just get to the line where my point is on. So if I went counterclockwise, this would be negative pi over 3. The only thing I did is cover up the numerator and add a negative sign because we're going in a clockwise direction. And then to go counterclockwise, 2 pi minus pi over 3, or 2 minus 1/3, is 5 pi over 3.